Before too long, in 20 minutes, in 2 weeks' time, one of these days, sometime soon, sooner or later, the day after tomorrow, this evening, within the next few months. I've decided to go abroad for a few years. Oh well, really? Yeah, I'm going to do some voluntary work teaching English, probably. So where are you going? Ethiopia. I'm going with an organization called Voluntary Service Overseas. Oh, how long are you going for? Well, 2 years initially, and then I have the option of extending for another 2 years if I want to. Will you be in the capital? Not sure yet, but probably not. I will probably be in a small town somewhere, 'cause they usually send you to rural areas, you know. Wow, that will be amazing. Where are you living? Sometime in Host. It's not fixed yet. There is loads of stuff to organize, like injections or visas, and all that. And your flat? What are you going to do with your flat and all this and all your stuff? Well, I have to move out of the flat before too long. I mean, I'm not going to pay rent all the time. I'm away, so I guess I'll put all my stuff in your parents' attic or garage or something. I'll take some stuff if you like, put in the spare room. Thanks, that'd be great. So are you going to have like email and all that? Will we be able to keep in touch? Well, I don't really know, but I hope so. But to be honest, I don't even know if there will be electricity. But if I can't email, will we have to do the old-fashioned thing and write letters? Remember how to do that? Yeah, just about. Maybe I will come and visit you. Yeah, do. It will be great to see a familiar face. Mark Boyle had to abandon this trek to India as soon as he arrived in France. He couldn't speak French, and the local people didn't understand what he was saying. They thought that he was just a backpacker looking for a cheap holiday. For this time, he was cold, out of food, and hadn't slept for several days, so he decided to call off the expedition and try again once he had learned some French. Michael Verner's record-breaking jump failed because his balloon left the ground without him. While his balloon was being inflated, it became detached from the capsule and flew off by itself. This was Mr. Verner's third unsuccessful attempt to make the jump. Alan Hanks had to abandon his climb halfway. He was eating local bread and his tent one night and he breathed in some of the flour off the top of it. He coughed violently, damaging a bone in his back. However, Alan returned to Nanga Parbat, and another expedition and reached the summit. He went on to become the first British man to climb all of the 80,000-meter peaks. Dave Cornthwaite completed his skateboard trip across Australia and raised 16.8 for three children's charities. He also set a new world record for the longest skateboard journey. Dave became a well-known figure during this trek, and bus passengers will look at and wave as they passed. He now plans to write a book about his adventures. Have you got any holiday plans this year? Not this year, but I'm planning to travel to Argentina for a month next summer. Wow, sounds great. So will you be touring around the country or something? Yeah, I'll be flying to the capital and then I'll be traveling around the country by bus. What about the language? Do you speak any Spanish? Well, not at the moment, but I'm happy to learn some Spanish. Before I go, I'll be taking classes. I've also found some websites for learning Spanish, so I'll be using those. Hopefully, by next year, I will have learned enough to get by. And what about money for a trip? I bet it's expensive to get there, isn't? Yeah, money is a problem, but I'm aiming to save 150 a month, and I'll have to spend less. so I won't be going out much in these evenings. Hopefully I have saved enough money by next July. It will be difficult, but I think I can do it, and I'm really looking forward to the trip. Right, well, good luck with that. Thanks. Can you tell me what it's like to be on the top of the world, sitting on the peak of Everest? Well, that is scary. It's a much smaller top than I thought, and when I was there, I came up to a top. It's quite crowded, and there a team of people sitting blocking my way, and I was like 15 feet from actually getting to the summit, and I thought I wasn't going to make it. Now, they were fine blocking my way because they wouldn't have done the same to anyone else. You're exhausted, you're pulling yourself down on the top of when you get there. So I had to try and nudge my way around these people. But if you can just picture it, if you sleep, you wouldn't have just fallen off the mountain and fallen down thousands of feet. And it wasn't rapid, and you're exhausted, and you're just sort of. You feel wobbly, and the top because suddenly the land is disappearing. 1360 degrees because you're near the top. And I just thought I'm not going to make it, and this is my second attempt. You're exhausted, you're plugged yourself down. I had to try and nudge my way around these people. I was saying rapid, and you're exhausted, and you're just sort of, you feel wobbly at the top because suddenly all the land is disappearing. Just describe for those not familiar with the physical state of your body at that point. That's a hard one to describe. There is a third of the oxygen and at that level compared to what they breathe on at sea level. I can't describe how tired you feel if you think of the tiredest you've ever felt, and then multiply that by 2 or 3. You'd go through layers and tiredness, and you climb up the mountain, and there are times when you think I actually can't take another step because I'm going to collapse. But something inside you because you're hurt, and you really need to want to get to target pretty badly, and somehow or other you push through the barriers. But at a level from 2060 feet up, you're in a thing called the dead zone, which is when your body doesn't exist naturally. The system are starting to break down and just close down on you. So saliva is a luxury. It just isn't there. There is obvious physical manifestations, but for you there were also physiological manifestations that you filed in your previous anthem. You'd be come so close to getting to the summit, and yeah, I nearly died there or on the anthems. And here you were. Can you explain that? Your state of mind, or are you not thinking, or are you autopilot at that point? You are unconscious of doubt, conscious of thought, conscious of the potential danger. Hence the reason why these last 15 feet I thought, whoops, you know what's going to happen. It's really harder one to describe because everything during the alien environment. You can't eat, you're feeling sick, headaches, very tired, and are ridiculously tired, hard to breathe. You've got oxygen coming through an oxygen mask. I was wearing goggles, and most people do, and they frozen up. They've steamed off initially, then it's too cold that they freezing, and I actually was looking through the bottom right and had corner of my goggles, and that was the way I was climbing. So there was no view actually at that time, but when I got to the top, I literally just plunked myself down.